Coming up next, on the spot. Welcome to the future. While we all wait for our flying cars to show up, we're getting behind the wheel of MotorStorm, Gran Turismo HD, and Formula One Championship Edition. Plus, we'll play Pokemon Battle Revolution and MoB07 before saving the planet with Earth Defense Force X. We're live and on the spot. Hello, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot, GameSpot's live show we do every Thursday afternoon, even here in the future of 2007. I'm your host, Rich Gallup. Hey, Brian Eckberg.
Hey, but was that a pigeon impression you did?
No, that was my Jetsons car.
Oh, okay, got it. Sounds great. Wow.
When we get flying cars, you can hear that noise all the time.
I can't wait for that day.
We're here.
Yep.
It's the future.
It's the future.
I think they're coming out in February.
Okay, cool.
Flying cars.
Sign me up.
You ready for a great show?
I'm ready for an all-driving show, speaking of flying around.
We're going to have a lot of car games here.
Absolutely, yeah, right up my alley.
Nice. And Jeff Gersman, in case people are worried, he will be here.
Yep, don't worry, I'm not here for long, folks.
No, you're here the whole show.
Yeah, I'm here the whole show.
But Jeff will be here, too.
That's right, he'll be here, no worries.
Ryan Davis, who else is going to be here?
I think if Brian does well enough, we should just keep him on.
Okay.
Just let him, because he's got the good beard, and
Yep.
you know, I like that.
What is that insanity you're standing in front of?
What I'm standing in front of here, this is Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii. We've got a Japanese copy of the game right there, and we're going to be checking that out in a little bit with Ricardo Torres. In addition to that, of course, we're going to have MotorStorm for the PS3. MotorStorm, as Phil Harrison likes to call it. SD Gundam Battle SCAD Hammers for the SCAD Hammers.
What?
SD Gundam SCAD Hammers for the Wii. That's another import game that's coming out of Japan. You can't find that here just yet. Ricardo Torres also going to be giving us a look at that. We've got Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection for the PlayStation 3. That's like a beautiful arcade perfect version. Just came out in Japan and Hong Kong, and we managed to snake ourselves a copy of that. So check that out a little bit later. Heavy Weapon for the Xbox 360. That's coming to Xbox Live Arcade at some point. Don't know when, but we have it here today, and we're going to be checking that out a little bit later. We've got MoB07 for the PS2. We've got Gran Turismo HD Concept. That's that single-track little demo that Sony put out for the PlayStation 3 end of last year. We're going to be giving that a run, and that's kind of the show. That's a whole bunch of stuff.
Yeah, well, let's get going. And, of course, in case you haven't heard, this will be Greg Casalvin's last show. He will be joining us. We'll have him here. We'll send him out properly. GameSpot style. But right now, Aaron Thomas is here. What's up, Aaron?
Greg's leaving?
Yeah, dude. He's going somewhere. I don't know.
I'm always the last to know.
Yeah, well, but you have MotorStorm. What do you care?
That's true. I can just drive and crash.
Yeah.
And just drown my sorrows in that.
So the PlayStation 3's out.
It is.
Some people have bought it.
I bought one last night.
Did you?
I did.
Wow.
Sweet.
Did this game make you cave? Because this is the game. People are like Resistance, MotorStorm. Those are like the two games people talking about for the PlayStation 3.
I think my need to buy shiny things that plug into the wall is what made me cave. But I am looking forward to MotorStorm.
Well, let's jump into it. Grab the controller right there. Now,
right.
this is actually the Japanese version of the game. Correct?
That
Retail.
is correct.
It's
Retail.
in Japan. And you've been playing it for a while. You've unlocked a bunch of stuff. We're going to try showing the people things that they normally they have not seen yet. What have you found, Aaron?
I have I've been unlocking these tickets here. Apparently you're a festival goer here at the MotorStorm Festival, and you can participate in some races, and as you are successful in one race, you can participate in more.
Cool.
So this is one of the, usually you're restricted in the classes that you can drive. This one actually lets you pick. So we can do, what do you want? What do you want to see?
I want the big rig.
Yeah, the big rig, definitely.
Select big rig. Your winner. All right, let's see. Show us what some of the cars look like here.
All right.
Or some of the rigs.
So you usually have two names here, but then you can change skins, and in some cases it's usually just maybe the color, but in a lot of cases it'll actually just be a different car. So these are the two different trucks at first. You got like a smaller one and then a bigger one. So
hey, a fire truck.
Yeah, we got a fire truck. We got like a dump truck type thing. Oh, maybe I can't do that. I raced against it though.
Okay.
Is it Molotov Drago, the guy that fought Rocky and Rocky
Yeah,
4?
I just watched it last night.
Yeah, they got
will lose.
They got some great names in here. So, and then these are some of the.
Well, let's fire up this guy. Oh, look at that. Yeah, perfect. It says America right on it
Castro
there.
American Dream. It's like Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah, we were totally taking Dusty Roads out on the road here.
All right.
So what are some of the advantages or disadvantages of the various car classes?
The smaller ones, like the motorcycles, are really fast. They're really hard to control, though. You can actually punch other riders off the other motorcycles.
Off of their big rig?
Yeah. Now,
Punch their tires.
you're not going to do well up against the big rig. But like the big rig, you can just run right over people. You're generally a little, stick to the ground. You don't take a lot of the big jumps. It's a little more stable.
It's the Bowser of MotorStorm.
Yeah. It's
The car you choose, they say you could take different paths, right? Depending on which ride you choose.
Yeah, there's definite times where it's better to, you don't want to go down like it might be on this course where it's real muddy. You don't want to take the ATV or the motorcycle down there because it'll just slow down. But if you got the big rig, you can just plow right through it.
So the way you described it is this is the MotorStorm Festival, so all the levels are going to look kind of desert-like this?
Yeah, they're all around this same area, and a lot of rocks, a lot of dirt, a lot of mud, and
You are driving the American dream. Hey, Ryan Davis.
Hey, Rich Gallup, what's going on?
We take questions live from the audience, especially while Aaron Thomas is driving an American flag truck.
Do we ever?
Yeah.
I have all kind of questions. First off, from Shane McGuire of Ballymena, Ireland. He wants to know about the game's difficulty. How hard is this? How hard is MotorStorm? Is it really technical?
It's not. It's a little hard at first, just because it's so fast, and they start you off, right near the cliffs, and it's real easy to do like that guy and just blow up. Once you kind of get in the groove a little bit, it's a pretty nice difficulty. And it's starting to get hard. I've probably played for maybe like 2 hours total.
I've got a question for you myself. Is your hood made out of tin foil? Is popcorn going to start boiling out of there soon? Because that looks a little crazy.
It's covered in mud right now.
That was cool when the mud splattered on there.
I can and probably will when I hit something. You're going to see it go flying off.
There
yeah,
we
like
go.
that.
That's the pepper.
And
Colin White from Montreal, which I believe is in Canada.
True.
Number one, Canada, wants to know how the tilt sensing is in the game so far.
The tilty support.
The tilty support. I'm sorry, I forgot the technical name.
Tilty support.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah, let's get. All right.
So we can turn it on mid race. I'm sure there's an option to always race like that if you want, but it's that's going to be a problem.
Oh, that looks dangerous.
You can kill that rock. You're in a big rig.
Uh-oh.
So the tilty support is not indicative of your crash right there. That just happened.
No, yeah, that was because
I
tend to hit that rock every time. It's just
That's
kind
why
of
they put it there.
Yeah, it's like right there, and you can see it for about 3 seconds before you hit it.
So you're just steering with the tilty support right
Yeah,
now?
you tilt, you turn left and right, and actually, it's not as big a thing with the big rigs, but you can with the motorcycles, you can actually do wheelies and adjust your pitch in the air.
Can you kick it out to the truck view real quick so people can see the
can.
difference we were talking about before? How it seems like you're going so fast when you're in the cockpit view, but it seems a little slower right here.
Yeah,
Flames are coming out of the pipes there.
you definitely notice it a lot more with the big rig, the speed difference, because the camera zooms so far out. But yeah, all the cars.
Whoa!
That's some fire.
Barbecue.
I think I was getting ready to
Beauty.
overheat.
Now, also, can you tell us about like the Excitebike-esque turbo here?
That's you see in the bottom left there, my temp.
Yep.
That is my turbo. It gets enabled about 10 seconds into the race, and you can use it until you overheat, and you'll explode if you use it too long. It'll eventually go back down. So this is one of those paths that I mentioned earlier where you don't really want to be a motorcycle on because it's real muddy, and all the smaller guys, I'm just passing them pretty easily here.
So they have those cliffs up around you that they can take instead.
Yeah, they'd be up there to the right probably. And
well, let's see one more vehicle while Ryan Davis digs up some more questions for you.
Dude, I don't even need to dig. I've got so many questions.
You hit us with the questions while Aaron chooses
Tim
another
from
race.
Fremont, California, not in Canada, wants to know about the multiplayer in MotorStorm. MotorStorm.
Well, the Japanese version actually has no multiplayer, no online or split screen. We are getting online multiplayer. They're shooting for 8 players with voice chat and online leaderboards, but as far as I know, there will not be any split screen multiplayer.
Okay, then.
Do the
Checking
races
your
get-
notes there.
I'm going to find the night one here.
Okay, all right, we got
Rolling Thunder. We're looking
Next
for.
question, Ryan Davis.
Paul Gardner from Sydney, British Columbia, also in Canada. He wants to know how import-friendly is MotorStorm, the Japanese version.
Well, as you can see, it's very, very import-friendly.
Oodles.
But
Yeah.
but it's coming out in like a couple weeks, isn't it?
February 27th.
Oh, that's a couple months
so
even.
You got a little while. I think if online's
Look at
important to
that
you,
car.
Guys,
Yes.
Yeah.
Patriots
Driving it.
You want it? All right.
Go. I don't even
Go.
want to see the other ones.
Dan D. from Amsterdam wants to know about vehicle customization.
Other than kind of changing the skins there, that seems to be about it. You kind of can pick from those and you do it. There's no parts that I've unlocked or anything like that.
Are we allowed to point out the loading time since this is a real retail version of the game, or are we supposed to wait until the American version pointed out?
Probably to be fair.
I think it's kind of late. I think you've already pointed it out.
We'll wait until the U.S. retail comes out.
They are promising tweaks, so we'll be optimistic.
And multiplayer. So.
And
multiple, yeah. So obviously but the game right now still seems like an awful lot of fun. Aaron, do the levels feel repetitive after a while? You've been playing the game a bit.
Yeah, they do. Part of it's the setting. You're in the canyons with the dirt and kind of doing a lot of jumps. But the car variety helps. A lot of times you're just I got to turn the tilty back on. Now.
There you go.
That's again, you can probably just set that all the time, but we just haven't done that. So yeah, a lot of times you're like, all right, I'm surrounded by some rocks and.
Oh, that is what we wanted to see.
Yeah.
Oh,
316.
that's the business.
Brian Davis, give us one last question while we watch this amazing wreck.
Cody from Prescott Valley, Arizona asks, does the mutter damage affect how you drive?
It just mentally. Like I'm a little beat up right now. I'm a little down. But no, the car damage does not affect your handling. It's they've tried to keep it simple. You race, you drive fast, and you try not to blow up.
Cool. Well, thank you very much, Aaron Thomas. We do have a couple months, as you said, until this game comes out, or a little over a month or something, month and a half. You can bring it back.
All right. And one question that we got last time I couldn't answer. 720p is what it's running in.
Okay.
So no 1080p.
No 1080p.
It looks great. So.
Yeah.
So the game doesn't even have any 1080p support in it?
No.
As
it does
of
not.
right now, at least?
As of right
No.
now. It says
But
it right on the back of the box.
It's one of the best looking PS3 games I've seen, so it's not really missing it.
Cool.
There you go.
Thank you, Aaron. Let's toss it over to Ryan and Ricardo. What you got over there, fellas?
Bring it over here.
You got it.
Thank you. What do we have here, Ricardo? What's going on?
We have Pokemon Battle Revolution for the Wii.
Excellent. This is show me your Pokemons.
These aren't mine.
Okay.
Because this game lets you import their stuff from Diamond and Pearl, which
Okay.
is the new Japanese DS Pokemon games.
That's this is the first game on the Wii to have any sort of DS
Yeah.
interoperability. And this is also the first Wii game to actually have any sort of online as well. Is that right?
Yes, this is the Pokemon game everybody's been waiting about 4 generations for. And it's basically Pokemon Coliseum
That's right.
online.
Remember that Pokemon Party video that they put out for the GameCube at the very beginning?
That's right.
You got nothing ever. Finally, it's being realized.
Here it is.
So we're about to get our battle on, right? This is kind of like the Coliseum games.
Yes, and I'm using rented Pokemon because that's what you do when you don't import your data. And I have my 6 that I rented. Everybody's a little different, males and females.
So
And
that's the maximum that you can have on your team?
This is who I have to pick from. And
Okay.
you want to choose a good spread.
A Squirtle, I forget the rest of the names.
And you pick basically 3. Having a look at what your opponent's got lets you sort of choose wisely, I guess.
Now this game, unlike MotorStorm, is chock-a-block with Japanese text.
It totally is. These guys are insulting each other, though. I can tell you that.
Okay,
probably.
so they just threw out their Pokemon. They're about to get busy. I don't know what any of those buttons say.
I recognize that guy.
So these are your attacks, right?
Yes, these are.
That's Bulbasaur? Oh, that's what I thought. Yeah, that's totally Bulbasaur.
That's right, and it's turn-based. Like if you've played a Pokemon game before, you're not going to be blown away by like the radical differences. Really, it definitely follows what you know.
Okay.
I'm currently seeding him
Oh God, that was really weird.
because now not only am I damaging him, but I am draining life, which is key for long battles. See?
So gameplay-wise, this really is like the Coliseum games.
This totally is.
Okay, so if you play those games, you know what to kind of expect here. I see your cursor, flying around the screen a little bit, but does the game make any other interesting use of the Wii's tilty support?
Not really. I mean, I messed around with it with Takeshi over break, and when we did some stuff. It doesn't really use the Wii controller in any new and exciting ways that people might be hoping for. What it does do is, I mentioned Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, which are the DS Pokemon games. It will actually let you import your data, import your custom Pokemon that you've kind of grown and tweaked just the way you want them. But it will also let you use your DS as a controller.
Are those games out in the U.S. already?
New.
So we're still waiting for those to come out here.
Yes.
Along with this.
Yes.
So, do we know what the release dates are for any of those?
This year.
Okay, 2007.
Totally.
Fantastic. Rich Gallup.
Yeah.
What do the folks at home want to know
Well, you
about?
just stole my first question about the DS integration. Thanks.
About the Pokemans.
Come on. Steve from Knightdale, North Carolina, North Kakalaka. Or is that California? I'm from New Hampshire. Is there a story or is it just a Coliseum battle?
Say that again?
What's that?
Is there a story?
No.
It's just fighting. It's just brawling.
Yeah, it's just brawling. Really, the big hook is the online stuff. We took it online for a little bit, and you wouldn't think that it would make a huge deal because it's basically just playing Pokemon, right? But it's interesting to see how people raise theirs, what skills they equipped on their Pokemon, pretty much how they fight.
Have you actually been able to get this online?
Yeah, actually, Takeshi got it online, and he was totally battling people.
Fantastic.
We got a lot of questions. We'll give credit to James in St. Helens. He wants to know, is the whole friend code thing all part of that?
It's got its own set.
It's got its own thing. It's not super hard. We really expect that they're going to keep it simple, right? It's Pokemon. There's going to be a pretty broad audience that's going to be playing it, so they're going to want to make sure that it's accessible. So.
But in Japan, my understanding is that it has the friend codes that you need to hook up with your buddies in this game is separate from your Wii friend code. Is that accurate?
I believe so.
Okay. But we don't know if that's going to be the case in the U.S.
No. I mean, we've seen basically minimal changes happen to the Pokemon games that come here, so there's a good chance it's going to be exactly the same.
Let's pick a different
That seems a little crazy.
Pokemon.
Well,
that does seem a little crazy. I agree.
Sorry to snap you out of it, but...
I agree.
Okay.
Questions.
Jeff over here.
That's all the way crazy. What are you talking about? And you tell me they finally integrate it into the system and then they can't... Dude, what?
Welcome to the show, Jeff.
Hey, how's it going? I'm going home again. This is too crazy here. I'm not ready to be back at work yet.
Why do you keep showing up?
I was sitting at home watching Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, and a phone call came in saying
we needed him.
That someone who had Tekken on a PS3 had to be here.
Fiery pony.
Well, let's get back to the Pokemon.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
Fire pony.
Show me.
Right there.
Thank you.
On the screen. There.
How many, Kyle in Surrey, British Columbia, wants to know how many Pokemon's in the game?
pretty much all the ones that have been in the previous ones.
Is Chikorita
all
in
of
there?
them. However, whatever that number is, around there.
Yeah, all the ones from Diamond and Pearl too.
Now I'm seeing all these different trainers. Do you have any choice about what trainer you play as? Does that have any effect?
No.
You're just kind of this chick?
Well, actually, no. You can choose to be chick or dude, like all Pokemon games.
Right. But it's pretty basic. There's not any character customization on that level.
There will be no tattooed, pierced Pokemon trainers in this particular version. So.
Oh. Another question that we're getting from a lot of people. We'll give John Latour in New York credit for this one. How do you catch them all?
You buy every game and you catch everyone, and you just.
So you have to get them in the DS game first to use them in this game.
$39.99 at a time.
Or is that how you do it, or is there a way that you can get more Pokemon just playing this game?
From what we've messed around with, not really. I mean, it's pretty much the platform to let you show off your Pokemon collection and how you see. I killed it, and just show off your skills as a Pokemon, like trainer, catcher, because you'll be able to showcase your personal collection and your homegrown Pokemon.
Fantastic, Rich. I think I'm done with this game.
I'm totally done with that game.
All right, yeah, let's wrap this one up. I'm not going to stress this out anymore. Pokemon Battle Revolution.
We're already on
Japanese version. We've got another version coming out here sometime, 2007. Ricardo, thanks for showing this off.
No problem.
Hang out.
I am.
We're gonna need you for something else.
Sure.
But first,
back to the cars.
Go back over there to
back
cars.
Back to the cars. Brian Eckberg, Jeff Gersman's now with you on the couch.
Hey.
Jeff.
Don't worry about it, though. Brian will still keep you here. You get to stick around.
Cool. I'm not going anywhere.
All right. We got cars here.
More cars.
HDD.
Right. This is, of course, the PlayStation 3 debut of the Gran Turismo series for what it's worth. And this isn't that much different from the demo we saw at Tokyo Game Show last year. Although there have been some switches, some changes, one of which I think is actually definitely new for the series is the Ferrari. A Ferrari's never been
That's a pretty looking car
in Gran Turismo game, and we're about to take this one for a spin. So you can actually have some options here, tuning options. Like I can't remember if these were in the demo or not. You can choose different types of tires. There's all sorts of, I don't know why anyone would choose anything but the Racing 3 because they're the fastest ones. Traction control, and what kind of gearbox you want to run, and then it's just dumping into the race. Now this track is anybody who's familiar with what we have and what everyone has on Gran Turismo, they'll recognize this track, the Eiger Nordwand, and yeah, we're going to take it for a run.
Cool. Well, you take your time with that because we're going to get the gameplay footage to the people.
Okay.
Right now. But this will actually give us a fine time to point out a new feature for 2007 we're going to have on the show.
Really?
Jeff, you don't know about this.
All right.
Hopefully Justin is standing by ready right this because we are going to have as a recurring feature on the show Beard Watch 2007.
Wow.
A tradition we find here at GameSpot year after year is when people come back from the holiday vacations that there are a lot of beards around here, and we're going to watch the beards to see how the beards progress. Brian Eckberg, you had this beard before the holiday break, obviously.
Yeah, it's been sort of my GameSpot tradition to grow the winter break beard, or the lead up to winter beard, and so yeah, I've been cultivating this one for I guess at least a month.
That's good, man.
Yeah,
that's
so
a good
I'm
beard.
quite proud of it. I just thank God for letting me compete.
It's not a competition.
It's not a competition. It's a watch.
Everyone wins.
Everyone
It's not
wins
beard
when
race.
It's a beard watch. Yeah.
Oh, just beard watch.
We had beard race a few years ago, and that it turned ugly. So we're just turning into a.
It just
beard
became
watch.
all about the money.
Yeah.
That was
later
really the
on. We'll be
problem.
looking at Ryan Davis's beard.
Free agency is ruining the game.
Tim Tracy's beard.
It's about the love.
My beard wanted to sign a free agency contract though.
You did with
Yeah.
incentives.
Yeah, with incentives, long term.
Do we have the game yet, or what's going on, everyone? Oh yeah, so we need to switch it over to.
We can play my game.
Sure, yeah. Why don't you guys play your game while we set this up? Ryan Davis, take it away.
Hey, bring
buddy.
it on back here. To hell with you guys in your cars.
Go, yeah, go.
We've
Ryan
got
Davis, what you got?
Ricardo, you're still here. What's up, man? SD Gundam SCAD hammers.
Yes.
For the Nintendo Wii, we've got it here. This is also another Japanese game.
Quite possibly the best Gundam game we've ever played.
Wow, a glowing review thus far. Let's jump into it and see what's going on. So this is a kind of super deformed Gundams here.
This is adorable Gundams.
Okay.
This is
My favorite kind.
You can prepare.
Okay.
See, I'm making
Preparation.
preparations. You can basically customize your dude. And actually, the last time I was playing, I totally died and I lost all my stuff. So this is perfect.
Okay.
So as
Build it up.
as you're going through the game, you can actually collect bits to have on your dude. And doing so will increase different stats like the energy they've got, the hit points, and
real quick, what kind of game is this?
This,
aside from Gundams,
it's an action game.
Okay.
And let me find the right. Actually, this one's really good.
So these are what are you your
I'm tricking myself out with
upgrading your hammer
with a hammer. With a hammer, a shield, and I'm inputting 3 slots.
Now the Gundam games definitely have a lot more pull in Japan because there's 40-year-old men that are still insane for giant robots.
We got some here.
We have some here as well, no doubt. But does this game have a U.S. Release scheduled? Is Namco Bandai?
The sad thing is we did check in with them. See how cute. The sad thing is we checked in with them, and currently they're evaluating their stuff for 2007, and they're not actually sure if this is one that they're going to bring.
Okay.
Which is a bummer. So basically, you're running around with your little dude.
And you're deforesting the area.
You're deforesting the area. See, I can
Not
jump.
an ecologically friendly Gundam.
You're running around
Little tight little paths.
These tight little paths, and then you meet stuff like this that you have to kill. There's a story, obviously. If you're looking to import,
you're not going to get any of that. It's kind of got like a Rygar thing going on with the little
it does
ball on a rope.
And
This is the cutest Gundam game ever.
yeah.
I never thought I'd say that.
Adorable.
Yeah.
What do the folks at home want to know about these cute Gundams?
Chris in Point Pleasant, New Jersey wants to know, do you guys level up in this, or
Yep.
how's it work?
I'm killing stuff, and I am. You see down there right now, I'm like, ow. I'm level 1.
Okay. And the little bar below it will fill up as you kill stuff.
Jerkwad knocked off my shield. And as you can see, the big, and I should be using a wrist strap. So
Living
dude!
dangerously.
kids at home,
Party foul.
put on the wrist strap. Basically, you're running around and you're using the Wii controller you move with the nunchuck.
Okay. Just with the analog stick on the nunchuck,
Yes.
and then you're just kind of hammering down like this.
So this kind of a motion moves it. You do the slam,
Okay.
and then depending on actually how hard you do it, you can increase the force that you hit people with. And
Right, the little power meter there on the
yes,
right-hand side.
There's a power meter, and I'm going to show you, as soon as I find something to kill, I'm going to show you the special move. So if you hold down, if you block and you charge up,
Oh,
you can do that, which
devastating.
uses up your energy on your energy bar. Because these normal attacks don't, but when you do the special attack, which is really useful for mobs, ow, and you need to do this
Shake.
to, ow.
Oh, shake again.
You can get stunned. These dudes are a problem, but that's okay, because I have a special move. And it's pretty, I'll be honest, it's pretty linear. You're just going around, you're beating stuff up. There's a map on screen, you know where to go.
So this is kind of a dungeon crawl.
Yeah, I mean, typically, and see, there's drama.
That guy was angry.
And so your big thing here is you want to kill the generators that are spewing out these dudes.
The monster generators.
Yes.
Rich,
Yeah.
what's going on, man?
Let's see. We got a question from Trent in Salem. Oregon. He wants to know, is there any multiplayer in this game?
No.
In this crazy game, actually.
No.
He says. No.
No.
All right, fine.
Can we? What is a SCAD hammer?
It's the
that your
thing
thing?
I'm throwing around.
That's the weapon. Yeah.
All right.
And it's made by SCAD.
Michael in Indianola, Iowa, wants to know, are there beam sabers in this game, like we saw on the PlayStation 3?
Beam sabers,
Lightsabers, you know.
Yeah.
light swords.
No, which is I haven't seen it
Energy
yet.
blades.
Which is kind of funny because we did see one at E3, if I remember right. Wasn't there one, Brian?
I think so, yeah.
But
Yeah.
thus far, it's just been the hammers.
Thus far, no. I'm about halfway through the game.
And there's no ranged weapons either. It's just the
SCAD.
yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is, the SCAD, or the hammer, the thing, it is kind of a ranged weapon.
That's true.
Because you can fling it out pretty far if you do it right.
Is there any real subtle technique to this, or is this pretty much just your whacking around with the Wii controller here?
You're whacking around. I mean, it gets a little bit more complicated later on because there are flying bosses.
Okay.
And it's not that much different than what I'm doing right now, but you just need to do your... you need to move, you need to do the attack that does that, which pretty much brings...
Oh, it just does the kind of the overhead.
Yeah, the overhead thing, it brings him down.
Rich, more questions.
Sure. Martin in Sweden wants to know how many Gundams. That's my last question.
Well, so far, you're kind of attached to this dude. Like, you encounter a bunch of familiar ones, especially if you know the cartoon and whatnot. But for the most part, this is your
Triumphant.
dude.
He's happy.
Yeah, this is your dude, and you're leveling him up, and you're equipping him with better equipment.
Excellent. SD Gundam Scat Hammer.
Yep, not coming out here so far, which is a bummer.
Don't have a U.S. release date on that, and you're going to need a Japanese Wii and a decent understanding of Japanese to really get much out of it. But there you go.
Yeah.
Ricardo, thanks for coming by and showing that off.
Thanks for having me.
Cars.
Yeah.
Cars?
We're going to turn this into a little Brian Eckberg mini marathon. Brian, you're about to play. I hope you're ready. You're going to play Gran Turismo HD Concept.
Okay.
You're going to play Formula One Championship Edition. And then you're going to play MLB 07.
I'll do my best.
All in a row.
Okay.
You ready?
Bang, bang, bang.
Gran Turismo, go.
So we left off Gran Turismo. The big news is that Ferrari is in the game. So I'm driving the new 599. That's, I guess it's just this crazy Ferrari. This is the final car you unlock in this demo. Unlike the TGS demo, you actually do sort of play this a little bit like a traditional Gran Turismo game in that you have to go through this course and beat a specific time trial time in order to unlock the next car in the sequence. And there's 10 cars total. And this Ferrari is the final car you can unlock, and it's a real beast to handle. It's actually really cool.
So originally, Gran Turismo HD was supposed to be this full-fledged game, and there were all these news coming about how the crazy different ways you're going to have to micro-pay your way through it.
Yeah,
but now...
Yeah, they basically scrapped those plans, so to speak, in favor of what will eventually be Gran Turismo 5, though I guess, while they haven't said for sure, I think it's safe to assume that a lot of the concepts they were talking about for Gran Turismo HD will be part of Gran Turismo 5, such as the content downloads, and who knows how much of the game will be on the disc and how much will be available, weeks and months afterwards. It's all speculation at this point. But for now, we've got you've got the one track, 10 cars, both time trial mode, and that's really you just run as many laps as you want on this track, and then you can unlock it so you can run it reversed. And then there's a drift mode. It's the same course, same cars. But the idea is you want to drift around the corners, and you get points on how well you drift. And,
how do you go about getting this game?
You actually download it. If you own a PS3, you go to the PlayStation 3 store. It's about a 630 meg download, so it's pretty hefty on your home connection. It took me, I want to say 45 minutes or so to download. But yeah, you just pick it up for free, and if you're a big Gran Turismo nut, you can... I don't know if it's going to tide you over all the way until Gran Turismo 5, because who knows when that's coming out. But for right now, it's pretty fun.
Cool. Ryan Davis, do you have any Gran Turismo questions before we move on to Formula One?
Dan Quattro from Wilmington, Delaware wants to know about the physics. How solid are these? Are these up to Gran Turismo standards?
They feel fine. I mean, the nice thing about the game is that there are some options for tuning your car, such as I think we mentioned before we actually saw the game, the different tires and traction control, and especially with traction control, you can definitely feel the car sort of regulating its own tire, the tires as it goes through a corner. And you learn pretty quick that if you want to, in some of the lower powered cars, you're not getting, top times. If you turn off the traction control, then you can spin the wheels through the corners quicker and keep your revs up and go faster. One of the things I ought to mention about this demo is that you can upload every time you finish a time trial, your best time is uploaded to a central server for Sony, so you can compare how fast you are to whomever else is up there, and you can actually go and download the top 5 replays for the time trial on any car, so you can go there and see how the fastest guys, and check out their lap, and check it out from in the car, not in the car, but from this view, the first person view, and see how they attack the corners. So
maybe learn a thing or two.
Maybe learn a thing or two.
Ryan Davis, one last Gran Turismo question.
Robert Holmberg from Uppsala, Sweden wants to know how many cars can you pick from in this?
There's 10 cars. Well, there's one car right away, and then you unlock 9 more. And once you've unlocked this Ferrari that I'm taking, it's through its paces, you also unlock the reverse track, and
also tuned versions of every car.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
so
can I ask one more question here real quick?
No.
Dan Green from London wants to know if there's a true dashboard view.
No, there's only 2 views at this point. There's this, behind the car, and this first person. And
that's a true dashboard. Look, you got dials.
Well, I think he's.
But I mean the actual interior of the car.
I know exactly what you mean.
This is actually less.
Oh, you were just being funny.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I see what you were doing there.
Yeah,
it's humor. So, yeah, I mean, this is actually less than even a traditional Gran Turismo game. So, but I expect Gran Turismo 5 to have,
everything.
Maybe even in the car views. Who knows?
Perhaps even online support.
Are we ready for Formula One Championship Edition?
Yes, I'm ready.
Switch it over. Let's go. We'll see you. What's that? Is everything going to break when we switch it over again? No. You just switched it. Is that okay? Is that it? Are we good? What's that? He's got to change it to 1080i. Yes. Why is the future all about being an AV nerd? What is up with that? Like, I just went and bought like 7 different cables just to get everything to work. See, you guys just talk. Ryan Davis,
Yeah.
is there any hope for us if we all got to be AV nerds?
No. I can't keep up with it all. I know on my own TV, it's like I'm trying to figure out. I'm like zooming in on the. I don't know. What the aspect ratio should be. I don't know if it's running in 1080i.
You think the AV stuff is bad? Yesterday, I decided that I had to totally rework my entire wireless network.
Oh, you're stupid.
Because I'm pretty sure someone hacked my access point. So I had to change the security. I had to go around to the house and adjust every single wireless device that I've got.
Isn't that the best?
It was like 4 hours of me going around. I had to go, and it turns out the TiVo thing that I had wouldn't support WPA PSK, so I had to go buy the official TiVo branded thing. When I plugged that in, every single other wireless device on the entire network, gone, disappeared. And only that worked. Nothing else would get an IP address. It was just like, nightmare.
Welcome to the future.
We are heading towards a horrible techno nightmare from which only robots can deliver us.
It's going to be like that movie where the houses start killing people.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember that one?
House?
Yeah. It's called House.
I think it was Maximum Overdrive.
It was. But, yeah. Hey, that's a PlayStation 3.
Getting there.
Are you ready for the next game?
We're getting there.
I can't wait until we play MLB 07 because that's a PlayStation 2 game. You better know how to do that.
No, because, we've made all these changes for all this other stuff, and now the old stuff doesn't work either, right?
Widescreen or something.
All right, Brian Eckberg. Formula One Championship Edition.
Yeah.
First off, show us how you use your PlayStation Portable as a rearview mirror. Go.
You can't, unfortunately. They talked about that at E3, last year, the year before, something like that. Yeah. Yeah, I think you can do it in the Japanese version, but I don't think it's going to be supported.
Blue earns.
Dude, what the hell?
Dude.
That is only slightly less crazy than the whole multiple numbers for the Wii game thing.
I know. It's disappointing. But, sorry.
I am bummed.
Yeah.
Why? I kept my PSP for this.
Okay. You mean not as a music player?
Well, after the whole wireless device thing, I was like, I'm just going to break every wireless device I own. Then it'll solve this problem.
That's a good call.
But
did that work? We going to play some games? We ready?
I'm ready.
Sweet, I'm ready.
All right.
Thanks, Frank. All right, there it is, Formula One Championship Edition. Tell us all about it, Brian.
So this is Formula One game. Sony's had the Formula One license for a while now, and we haven't seen any Formula One games because they haven't released them here. Because Formula One isn't the biggest sport in the world over here in the States, but
in the world, in the States?
Sorry, it's not the biggest motorsport here in the States, but it is big overseas. And they said this is, I think my thinking was, they said this is such a great looking game on the PS3. It's a good advertisement for what the PS3 can do. Let's give it a shot. There's an American driver in Formula One right now. What's
his name? Let's get him
out
there.
His name is Scott Speed, and that's who I picked.
it's a great name.
Is his last name Speed?
His last name is seriously Speed.
Scott Seriously Speed.
Scott seriously, no, just Scott Speed.
Oh, Scott Speed, fine.
Yeah, and he just entered last season, so I don't know if he's going to be in there this season, but he's in this game.
Go Scott.
Yeah, Scott. So I think one of the things we had to show is the amazing rain effects in this game. They look fantastic, and I think this is just one of the more impressive things you'll see on the PlayStation 3 in the early goings of the console's life.
Oh, cool.
How's the sweat?
It's like the world is sweating, man.
Ew.
Yes.
I'm not going to go out into the rain ever again now.
I'm guessing that the rain affects your driving as well.
Absolutely it does. And I gotta.
There you go.
So, so as you can see, the rain sort of streaks there when when you go start hitting really top speed. If I can get close to some other cars, you can see that
They're kind of misting up there.
Kicking off some crazy mist there, and it really, really affects your ability to negotiate these turns because you're going 100 and something miles an hour and you can't see diddly squat.
I like the turn assistance there.
Yeah, there's big time turn assist because I'd be crashing like no otherwise. But so this game is based on the 2006 season. So actually no, I take that back. I think it is the 2006 last season. So all the tracks from last year, including we're at Suzuka right now, which is the Japanese circuit, and this is no longer in F1. So this is for both of you United States Formula One freaks. This is kind of like a collector's item.
This show's global, by the way.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
In fact, my first question here comes from Sims in Warsaw, Poland.
All right.
He wants to know, can he use a PS2 steering wheel with this game?
You can use the game does support steering wheels. a couple Logitech steering wheels, and any USB, I suppose. But the key component there is that there is no force feedback in this game. Just like there's no rumble for the PlayStation 3 controller, there's no force feedback. So
even if you have a force feedback wheel, it won't kick back.
Yeah, which really sucks. But that's the way it goes.
It looks like you're like crouched down in this tiny glass box that's seated on top of the car with the way the rain hits it and stuff. Yeah, it's total Popemobile.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of different. Here's the actual in the cockpit view, which is kind of intense. And then this game's got a lot of different camera viewpoints, so you're definitely going to find the one that you like.
One last question, Ryan Davis.
Steve Lambie from Sarnia, Ontario, Canada.
Yeah.
Wants to know what type of tilty support does the game have?
The game does have tilt support, much like MotorStorm. And actually, maybe I could turn it on real quick and show you guys. This may be something I have to do from the actual main menu.
It's cool.
But anyway, yeah, it works just pretty much like MotorStorm, and it works pretty well. I mean, I wouldn't say it's an absolute replacement for a wheel if you have one, but it's very sensitive and it works very well, and it's a nice way to play the game.
Cool. All right, that's F1 Championship Edition.
All right.
When's it coming out, Brian?
I think
Later.
a month. I think in March, actually. Yeah.
Cool. With PSP rear view mirror support. Baseball. Just
okay.
kidding.
Let's do baseball.
All right, last game with Brian Eckberg. As you can see over the holidays, I got my Daisuke Matsuzaka T-shirt. And
nice.
Brian, you got me this when you went to TGS. It's my Bobby Valentine, Chibalata Marines fan.
That's right. You asked for something.
Keeping cool.
Bobby Valentine.
Yep.
Keeping cool, Bobby Valentine style.
He's big in Japan. So the game is MLB 07, the show.
That's right.
And we were playing the PlayStation 2 version. And MLB 06 was it was a pretty solid game.
Yeah, it actually was, I believe, in the running for one of our sports games of the year last year.
I think so, yeah.
So, and this game is a follow-up to that game, of course. One of the big things that was introduced in last year's game was a career mode. You took a player and you started a career in the minor leagues, and you then tried to make it into the big league. Well, you went through spring training, tried to make it on the team, then you went to the minor leagues and into the major leagues, and you had your full career. That seemed to go pretty well for the guys at Sony, so they decided to expand on it this time, and they're calling it Road to the Showman. There's actually two ways to play career mode this time. There's the traditional way where you actually you play an entire baseball game, and you play as every position, you pitch, you hit everything. Here, the traditional, this is called Road to the Show mode, and here it's a little bit different. You play as the player you created. So if you play as a pitcher, you play only as the pitcher, and you're going to be on the mound throwing every 5 days, every 4 days, whatever the rotation is, and you're on the mound, and if you're playing as a first baseman, you'll be batting when you're batting, and you'll be playing first base.
Mark Redmond's on your team, huh?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do?
What are you going to do?
And so it's a little bit different twist, because you really are in the shoes of the guy you created. It's sort of like Madden, what Madden did last year with their
so is there a lot of standing around, scratching your butt, just waiting for something to happen?
Can you play DH?
Yeah. But you could. There can be. One of the nice things that Sony does is that they let you turn on what's called fast play mode. So you're only going to play the plays that you're involved in. So if you're first baseman, you're only going to play your at bats. And when you're on defense, it's only when the ball's coming.
Only when you field the ball, not when someone chucks you the ball or someone gets struck out of the ball.
Right. So it's a little bit disconcerting. It's when you first get into it, because here I am at first base. I know the ball's coming my way, because if I go into defense, the ball's coming my way. I know it.
Let's play some ball.
So here I'm a pitcher, and I'm going to check it.
What's your name?
Steve Dooley.
That's a great name.
Yeah, thank you. So one of the things I want to point out is folks at home hopefully can see that the X, my four-seam fastball, is highlighted there. That's because one of the things they've added this year is the ability for the catcher to call your pitches for you if you want. And supposedly, according to the guys, the developers, they're calling based on real Major League Baseball advice and real Major League Baseball stats, so that they're calling the game based on what the pitcher knows about you and what the pitcher knows about the batter who's batting. So as you can see, the ball's into play, but it's still my perspective.
Just the pitcher?
Right, so I could go cover first base there if I had to, or I could field the ball. My guy isn't very good at fielding, so balls get through his legs all the time.
You can just go run and dive in the dugout.
I wish, yeah. You can run out all the way in the outfield, though, if you want. But my guy is not that developed right now. He's really only got a fastball, so my catcher's calling fastballs a lot. I don't know why.
How come all of a sudden it's the 5th inning?
That's a good question. I think it's because another thing that's part of this new Road to the Show mode is manager goals. Whenever a situation comes up in the game, your manager will say, hey, we need to get this guy out, or hey, I need you to induce a ground ball so we can go into a double play. And so a lot of times there's some skipping around with that as well. So it's the manager wants you to perform a specific duty, and if you actually do perform it, you get attribute points for your player. So you can, now he's calling a curveball. So you can...
Forget the funny stuff, throw him the heater, Ricky.
Yeah, so...
Dooley.
Yeah, Dooley.
Hey, I've got questions.
Oh, wait, we take questions in the show. Ryan Davis.
TJ Bernard from Santo Domingo. I'm going to have to say Dominican Republic.
Yes.
Any online support? If so, will it update my team rosters?
There will be online support, and there will be roster updates. In fact, it seems like they're going to be doing some more expansive online features with this year's baseball game. I believe they're going to be doing leagues, which I don't think they've had in the past. So, yeah, it looks like Sony's got some good stuff for us in store online.
Is there a PS3 version coming?
There is. We haven't seen it yet. This game
nice
is also...
strikeout, by the way.
Yeah, thank you.
Bring them up.
Yes, so there will be a PS3 version. We haven't seen it yet. There's also going to be a PSP version. And get Bobby Valentine out of my face right now.
What?
And yeah, so the PSP will have everything that the PS2's got,
cool.
And hopefully the PS3 version will as well.
When's this coming out?
March.
March? Well, let's have it on again.
Yeah, we'll
play more baseball. So everyone who's asking these baseball questions, don't worry, you got plenty of baseball fans here, and we will play this game again. Brian Eckberg, hang out.
Can I go to sleep now? I'm tired.
No, we got another game later.
Oh, okay.
But right now, we've been teasing people every time we toss it over to Ryan Davis with a question. Ryan, who you got over there, man?
I've got this guy. What's going on?
This
Editor-in-Chief Greg Kasavin, for the time being.
Indeed.
You've come on for your final on-the-spot segment. You're going to give us a little demo here of an upcoming Xbox Live Arcade game.
Right.
What is this? Heavy Weapon.
Heavy Weapon featuring the atomic tank. So I have one question for you, and that's homing missile or laser?
Ooh.
Homing missile.
Homing missile or laser? Homing missile.
Homing missile.
Homing missile.
Let's go.
Yeah.
So
this is kind of like Moon Patrol.
Yeah, I'm showing this part because it's got an awesome button labeled invade. So the country is selected.
Let's go to Concussion
Let's go invade.
Coast.
Attack. So yeah, it resembles Moon Patrol if you're familiar with that game, but it actually plays more like Geometry Wars because it's one of those left stick moves, right stick fires types of things. Wow, hints. Yeah,
Shoot
it's
the
not really a
dudes.
game that you seem to need a lot of hints for.
Don't shoot the UN planes, I guess.
Yep. So this is kind of what you do.
This is kind of the game, huh?
But it's got that kind of nice, smooth look to it that I think it sort of reminds me of how Assault Heroes came out as like this. It's this original game with kind of souped up graphics, but it's still in like a traditional old arcade style. So it definitely, I think, gives a nice first impression, and stuff kind of blows up pretty good. And let's see, I think I have a little surprise in store. Watch this. Let's get some guys on screen. All right, here we go.
Oh, God. Nuclear Armageddon.
It's called the Atomic Tank for a reason.
Now, this game, if I'm not mistaken, this actually appeared on the PC previously.
Actually, it sounds like you're right. Yeah.
Jeff?
Yes.
Correct. That's right.
It did?
Okay.
All right. So, yeah.
This was like what? This was PopCap or something
Yeah,
like
I think
that?
it is PopCap. So yeah, if you wanna fish for it, you could get it. I think these games have like a trial version, and then they're about $20 for the PC. So it's here. These people are very brave and also very big. They're like bigger than the tank.
Down by the beach.
So yeah, it's. I have to say I'm only like 2 levels in. It seems really easy at first. So I think the one kind of gut reaction thing I had to it is I hope it gets like way harder.
Well, there's got like a survival mode in there that definitely does get.
I think this is called the Mega Laser or something to that effect.
That's a pretty sweet
and I think
bar of death you have there.
Yes, I guess
that's real heavy barrel. Like
Yes.
collect pieces to the weapon and then shoot stuff.
Well, thanks, Greg.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
Yep, late.
Yeah, we have to say the secret's up. We have to tell everyone. You might think that Greg's leaving right now, but actually the real Greg got killed by zombies a few months ago, And this has been our last Starfighter android that's been filling in for the last few months.
Yeah.
And he's running out of batteries, and that the dude in the car hasn't come back yet to recharge him, so we're just shutting Greg off and telling people he's leaving. But so, anyways, we have some footage of the real Greg and his and some of the highlights from here that Tyler put together. Check it out.
Demonstration seems to have concluded. Thank you for joining us for this special report, and we will see you next time.
You can play this game with Brian.
Okay.
Oh, hey, we're watching the video.
Baldur's Gate 2 Throne of Baal is the official expansion to Baldur's Gate 2, which was released last year, and typically considered the best RPG of that year and one of the best computer role-playing games to date. What we can do is at least transform an everyday black t-shirt into a kind of a standard ninja cowl, so I highly recommend this technique. This is very weird, I'll have you know. Here at the GameSpot Labs, we've developed a process that we like to call the GameSpot Advantage, named for the popular Nintendo Entertainment System joystick. It made good on its promises by having just this really amazing action and these really great vehicles along with the on-foot action and a multiplayer that kept people playing for long after they finished the campaign. You know, things have really changed a lot since game spotting first started. I think society has changed a lot. People are no longer, you know, necessarily passing on their trade from generation to generation. I've always really enjoyed the writing of reviews as much as actually playing the games themselves. And so yeah, this wasn't the most exciting week in games, but this month is looking pretty good so far. The only real bars or parties I go to are things related to the industry, and you tie them around your head like so. Splinter Cell is pretty well known already. Это что русские солдаты говорят по-английски, but I don't know about you, but I've never seen Godzilla walk away from a fight. There's some platforming elements as you'll have to jump from area to area, and if you love it, you're going to continue to love it. You're going to really enjoy this story, and that's the side of the camp that I happen to be on. What are you waiting for? Go out and play this game. Okay, we're ending prematurely. I gotta get out of here because this whole building's gonna burn down because apparently an Oblivion gate has opened up in the building itself. Without further ado, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm going to try to jump into the chat room if the building's still around. It's probably just a regular alarm. See you next time.
We'd like to thank Greg for all of his many years here at GameSpot and the short years we've had him on camera, and we're going to let Greg go out not with a heavy weapon demo, but you and Jeff, take it away. Play some Tekken, fellas.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection is out in Hong Kong, Japan, and yeah.
It's Tekken.
It's Tekken. It's
play
totally
some Tekken!
All right.
We're going to play some Tekken.
Hey, Jeff, you think you can play as someone other than Paul?
Eventually, yeah, I'll get there. You got to warm up.
Thanks for that one, Tyler.
Fair enough.
I haven't lost my composure yet, but got pretty close.
Oh, we'll get you in a second.
Can I get a winner?
Yeah, so we're going to invite all GameSpot, if anyone's out there, they want to come in and play against Greg. Jeff, you get started up, but Ryan McDonald, you're going to get in on that as well. And then after that, we'll play some Earth Defense Force on our end. Yep. Sweet.
So there's one thing I know I'm going to forget to say. So everyone, I've got one last review pending, and I want to announce I've got a review of Rogue Galaxy in the can. So don't be too weirded out when a review of mine appears in about
like at the
3
end
weeks.
of the month.
Yeah.
Greg's coming back.
Yeah. it's going to be a weird phantom review. So.
It's not like a conflict of interest to just have you keep reviewing games, right? That's that's fine.
Yeah, you'll see. Think I scored him low before. Watch me now.
Oh, we're going to let you guys play your Tekken. Jeff, real quick, let's pretend it's a real demo, and you tell us what is this about? What's the game?
What is this? This is Tekken 5 Dark Resurrection.
Okay.
And it's a video game. It's awesome.
You can download it on the
You can download it. It's like
850
megs or so, and
They had a 1080p support.
Yeah,
like that,
1080p.
so
It's basically like an arcade port, so it doesn't have like a lot of the extra stuff that they threw in to the PSP release, like bowling or anything like that. But it does have like the character customization, and you can do all that. And it has like the ghost mode stuff, so it looks like it'll get online and download ghosts.
But you can't actually play online.
No.
Unfortunately, yeah. Namco hasn't gone there yet.
But it's Tekken, so it's rude.
Right.
Is it dark?
It is, dude. Tekken throws
right,
dark.
So dark.
It's right in the name.
So who's who in this fight?
That was yeah.
I'm Huarong.
So you just won.
Yeah.
And I'm a hubby.
So you guys are standing directly in front of.
Now, right now, this is only available overseas. Is that right?
Yeah, right. For now, they haven't really announced like a U.S. date or anything like that. But considering it's Tekken and it's pretty awesome, it'll probably be out before too long. The word on the street is like 13th or 18th or something. There's all kinds of talk. So
where have my skills gone?
All right. Well, you guys keep playing that, Greg. Well, we showed that video so Jeff could win. We just trying to throw it off the game. While you guys have that going on, we're gonna really mess with everyone back there who has to deal with the switching because Brian, we have one more game demo to show as well.
Yeah.
And it's I believe it was at TGS a year ago. You and I were left here all by ourselves.
Right.
We played Earth Defense Force for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah, and here we are a year and 3 or 4 months later.
Yeah.
Earth Defense Forces 3 is a
X. It's called 3 in Japan, X here.
Yes, it's set to come out just a couple of months, I suppose, here on the for the Xbox 360. So Ryan and I are going to play this 2-player.
Oh, rumbling. I don't know what's going on.
And Big Monster.
All right, you guys are basically, if you remember, it's shoot a lot of big things.
I'm on the left.
And while you guys are
Switch
getting that queued up, we will check out the. There you go. All right, there's Earth Defense Force.
Now, what?
Giant robots.
Gigantic robot. Now, nothing much, Ryan, is going to happen here, but once this thing goes a little bit further down the street, he's going to start dropping robots, and then that's when it's on.
Not to be confused with the giant ant level or.
No,
yeah.
Oh, I was hoping for giant ant level. Oh, I'm getting stepped on, I think.
Yeah, I mean, folks who know Earth Defense Forces know that this game's all about killing giant bugs. Well, in Earth Defense Forces 3X, whatever it's called, there's giant robots and giant flying robots, and of course tarantulas and ants and all sorts of crazy stuff and weapons galore. So now he's dropping the little robots. I think if you turn around there, Ryan, you'll see him.
Meanwhile, what's going on in Tekken? Zap.
Round 3.
2 men are fighting.
What am I doing to shoot?
To the bitter end.
The trigger.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Dragunov is pretty cool for a dude that they added in an expansion pack.
Yeah, totally.
I have totally weird controls here.
Oy.
Meanwhile, what's going on in Earth Defense Force X?
Still killing robots, Rich.
Oh, there we go. There's a robot. Oh,
So lots
Greg
of
stay in that
the
match. Don't you
sky
hand
is
off
filled
the,
with fire.
Yes.
It's not winter stays over there. It's Greg stays.
That's what I was trying to say.
Yeah,
all right.
It's Greg stays. It's not winter stays in that Tekken match. The only way we can get him to stay. If we make Greg keep playing Tekken, he can't go anywhere. Meanwhile, in Earth Defense Force X.
Yes, we've got massive.
Oh, I'm being shot by a
crazy
robot.
explosion.
Something fierce.
Yeah, so
That robot can eat it. Yeah.
you have 2 weapons. You have a machine gun. Oh, big explosion! Big explosion! And then you've got the rocket launcher. One of the cool things about the game is it's got a lot of different types of weapons too.
Yeah, it's true.
Meanwhile, in Beard Watch, we have Tim Tracy's beard over here. What? I'm just messing with everyone right now. Or you zoom on the. There you go. All right, we have Beard Watch 2007. Tim Tracy's beard. Tim, you're missing some spaces there, dude. You got. Yeah. You got. That's not gonna. Oh, is that gonna grow in?
No.
So,
But A for effort.
Yeah.
well, you keep working on that.
Goatee
Jeez, you
watch.
guys, I've
Meanwhile,
shaved like 3 days.
And I have an RSS feed.
for your beard, there's an RSS feed for Tim's beard. Where can they find it? In your journal.
In my journal.
All right, look for Tim Tracy's Tim T. Look for his journal.
You'll get a picture of my beard every day.
Nice. Meanwhile, over in Earth Defense Force X.
Robots still dying.
Oh
Rich.
yeah, these robots are dying. Something fierce.
So this game, Brian, seems like it's like a semi-budget title, but still awesome.
Yeah, still pretty awesome. If we can get a little bit further, you'll see that they start dropping flying robots.
Oh,
and
I found the flying robot.
Yeah,
I just blew
things
one
start
up.
getting really intense, and the frame rate dips a little bit when things start getting really intense. But man, it's just the sheer amount of chaos on the screen makes this game worth checking out. It's just pretty cool.
I'm
Meanwhile,
bombarded
in
with
Tekken,
bad stuff.
2
over
Kazuma.
Brian, how'd you do?
I won.
You won?
Yeah. I haven't actually won yet, yeah.
Greg, have you won yet?
I'm leaving because I suck at games.
Driving you
out. The secret is out.
This unknown thing about GameSpot.
Yeah, we don't actually.
Well, remember, this is the Android
See how the
Greg that
controller-
was
yeah.
replacing the real Greg that got killed by zombies a couple months ago or something.
It's like Highlander, whoever's the best Tekken player.
Yeah. So, Greg, we didn't get you flowers, but we read your journal saying you were going away, and you gave us a top 10 list of why you were going.
Yeah.
And one of the reasons was that you wanted a GameSpot Editor's Choice Award.
Yeah.
We have 2 GameSpot
I wanted
Editor's
to
Choice
earn
Awards for
an
you
Editor's Choice Award. Didn't want to just.
Well, here's the problem. We
hand
have
it.
these little trophy things that they used to send out to game developers that when they won an Editor's Choice Award, and it's a picture of you holding the box art. However, we can't send these out anymore because you're leaving.
Yeah, thanks for that one, Greg.
So we have to get rid of them. So we got you this matching set of you bookmarks. If we get a zoom in on the box art you're holding real quick, I don't know where you want them over here. All right, there you go. So that's it right there. Anthony threw that together for you. Nice picture frame of you throwing up the WII right there. So we got these 2 for you, Greg. These are your bookends.
Yours to keep.
You get those. They'll look great on a bookshelf.
I have no words.
Actually, if you want to run them over to Greg right now, that'd be great. And we do have a third one because, as I said, we have to clear the product.
Everything must go.
This one's not entirely sound, but we're going to give this one away to the audience.
Oh, good Lord.
And the way we're going to do that is this is open to everyone watching the show live right now. You're going to send an email to onthespot@gamespot.com, and you're going to give us your favorite Greg memory, or some Greg fan fiction, or a poem as to why you should get this your very own Greg Gasavin Editor's Choice trophy, complete with holding the mini Greg picture. Yes, Greg?
I might have a couple more of those to donate. Actually.
Oh yeah, you got a few more.
No, actually, there's a bunch of junk that there should be no shortage of giveaway stuff pretty soon.
We're gonna clean out Greg's office next week or the week after and give all the way to 2. But this is it right here. This is BU Gem Mint condition, maybe of your very own Greg
professionally graded
Editor's Choice Award. Send an email to onthespot@gamespot.com and sell us, and we will announce the winner on next week's show. Before next week's show, though, we have 2 other shows. Does that make sense to anyone? Yes. You know what I'm talking about.
So before the next On the Spot.
Well, that's the thing. We're announce the winner of this next Thursday, but Monday at 3 p.m. and Tuesday at 5 p.m., look for GameSpot's coverage of CES. We'll be there live. There will be on the CNET stage doing live demos of games. There isn't a lot at CES, but there's
paper shredder watch.
Yeah, we're gonna shred some lettuce in a paper shredder, and we'll play some games. Actually, listen to this. Want to hear a couple games that are gonna be there?
Yeah, I do.
Crisis.
Whoa.
Guitar Hero 2 on the Xbox 360.
Cool.
Just saying. We're gonna have those there. It'll be there. Ryan McDonald, am I right?
Yes, sir.
Did I miss anything?
No, there's plenty more.
Nope, that's it. You like mobile games?
TVs?
Yeah,
TVs.
we'll be checking all kinds of stuff. We'll be hitting the floor. It's a big show. They have a lot of stuff there. It used to have more game stuff, but we're going to find everything we can game-related about CES. Bring it to you next Monday and Tuesday. Monday, 3 p.m. live. Tuesday, 5 p.m. live, 2-hour-long shows. Plus, there'll be, your traditional, we'll get your developer interviews, gameplay movies, stories written up. A whole action squad hitting there. That's CES. Look for that on Monday. Ryan Davis, you died?
I died, but my controller's still rumbling.
That's cool.
That's because this bad stuff still happening.
Is it hectic over in that game right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, in Earth Defense Force X.
Oh, there's so many damn robots.
Is shaking.
It's ridiculous. This game's kind of awesome.
Yeah.
I'm kind of into this. This is the first time I played this. This is all right.
I think we're getting towards the end, though.
Brian keeping it alive here. I wonder if I can be resuscitated or anything.
Well, thank you, Brian, for coming by and playing 8 million games.
My pleasure, man.
Ryan Davis, it was a good show.
Hey, I I loved it.
Yeah, good time.
That was great.
Jeff Gerstmann, thanks for coming in on vacation again, buddy.
Yeah, no problem, dude.
We appreciate it.
I'll be back proper next week. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Ryan McDonald, you and the crew did a great job as always.
Thank you. We're a little rusty after the break, you know.
Whatever, dude. It was a good show.
It was good.
I don't blame you guys. I blame the AV nerdness of it all.
Blame the next gen.
Yeah, and of course, thank you, Greg. You're going to be on next Tuesday's Hotspot with Jeff.
That's right.
So we're not done with you yet.
Nope. And I'll be around. You know where to find me.
Yeah. Do you have any last words you want to say on camera that we can't get in audio form next Tuesday?
I'll probably repeat them then, but it's just thanks to all you guys and to everyone out there. I think I said it the long way in the blog post. So over and out. I'll be around.
Thanks, Greg, and thank you all for watching. We'll catch you next week on The Spot.
I love you truly, truly, dear. Life with its